Okay, so the next step is going to be to get this ready to felt. And I've got my water here. It's kind of cooled off some, so I don't have like hot water anymore. But it already has the soap in it. The more soap you use, the more suds you're going to have. It doesn't take a ton of soap, so just know that when you're putting your soap in there. And all I'm going to do is just kind of sprinkle some water on here. We're gonna get it pretty nice and wet. The water is what helps these fibers start to stick together. It just kind of weights them down. And then the soap is what helps it as we start putting friction on it to stick together and mesh together, okay? It keeps them from separating it actually keeps them together. All right, so I'm gonna just continue putting some water on here. All right, that should be enough. If it's not, you can always go back and add some more water, okay? So the next thing that I need to do is just fold this over, and I'm gonna make sure that my felt or my wool is pretty much in here. I've got a few wispies hanging out, but that's okay. We can cut those off when we get done. So I'm gonna use a tool that I actually use in printmaking. It's gonna help me to be able to rub the fibers together on here. If you're using your rolling pin and you don't want this water squishing out on you, you can use a cookie sheet and just roll it inside the cookie sheet. If you have a towel that you'd rather use, just make sure you're on a surface that it's not going to bother it if it gets wet, okay? So what we want to do, I'm going to just start rubbing this, and if you're using your rolling pin, then you would do the same thing. You're going to be rolling it back and forth instead of rubbing back and forth. And so once I get this started, I'll be able to go in and kind of go in circles too. But for right now, I'm not going to be able to do that until this starts to felt together. So you want to start doing this, and you're going to continue doing this for about 5 minutes. And then check it. So you can set a timer if you want to. You can do this however you want to as far as checking time. And then once it starts to felt, you will see in the next video kind of what, or in the next step, what to do to check that. And so to see if it's ready to, wash out and rinse out and all of that. So we're going to just continue felting this, and we'll come back when we get done.